Right, you two, you thought you were in trouble, didn't you? Right, 2 years ago, we did our last Cara Chat, and what we used to do at the park, so this is prior to you two coming. So what we used to do at the park is every week or every couple of weeks we used to film a video, either an owner or a staff member or people who work, or contractors for example, caravan manufacturers, and we used to call it Cara Chat, and we just sit there for about 5 minutes or 10 minutes and have a chat about what's going on. And we haven't done that since the start of COVID. That's how long ago it's been. So I thought this would be our chance to sit down and resurrect our Cara Chats. So you're not in trouble.
Yay!
So you came to us during and after COVID. Was it during or?
I was just after.
You were just after, and you were
sure.
during, weren't you? All right. Okay. So you've seen some big changes on the park since you two have come, even though you haven't been with us years and years and years. But you've been with us for about 18 months.
Yep.
And you've been with us for about almost a year.
Yeah, in September. Yeah.
A year in September. So, so you've seen quite a few changes in those times. But before we talk about the changes, why don't we talk first about what it is that you do? We'll start with you. What do you do?
So I do pre and after sales. All the sales vans, get them ready.
Yep.
Any jobs that need doing, I get it done via the warranty.
Yep.
Any owners' problems, the jobs, deal with them.
Yep. You look after the stock.
Look after the stock.
Make sure everything's being advertised, it's available, all
Yep.
that kind of
Price,
stuff.
price checking, price listing,
Yep.
making sure the stock list is up to date.
Yep.
And making sure all the computers are up to date with all the pricing and the stock.
Okay, cool. What about you? What do you do?
So I do a lot of owner administration. I process gas and electric tests and
So like
answer
the general
emails.
running of the park
Yeah.
and administration and making sure everything runs smoothly.
Yeah.
So you both do that really?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
So for the purposes of the camera, tell everybody who you are.
So I'm Michelle.
Michelle, how long have you been doing this? Not working for us, but in this industry?
So in this industry, I've been doing it since I was about 19. I'm only 21 now, so it's not many years now. So
Tell the
about,
truth.
Nah, about 23 years.
Wow, you've been in this industry. That's longer
In
than
and
I
out,
have.
yeah.
That's longer than I have. A lot longer than I have, actually. Wow, it's almost twice as long as I've been in this
I
industry.
was in and out, like it's not been
Was it?
continuous, yeah.
Ah, right, okay.
So I've been in and out of it for 23 years, yeah.
Have you? What
Started,
about you? Who are you first? I'll tell everybody who you are.
I'm Jeannie.
Yeah.
Um,
Everybody knows Jeannie if you look at our videos.
yeah.
The dancing
song.
queen, the karaoke queen.
That's the one.
That's you. So how long have you been doing this or working within this industry?
Since I started here, so probably
right,
about
so this is-
11 and a half months.
11 and a half months. So
Yeah.
what have you? What's your first impressions then? Because you're the newest to this industry of us here. So what's your impressions? What's the kind of things that you now know about this industry that you never knew before?
Oh gosh.
everything.
Everything pretty much, yeah.
Is
But I total newbie.
Does it feel like a different business to anything you've ever done before?
100%.
Yeah.
In some ways, not in terms of my job role
Yeah.
as much when it comes to customer service, because I have come from a hospitality
Yeah.
background.
So from your hospitality background point of view, do you think, because this was my impression is that there's a lot of people in this country working in hospitality, but the caravan industry and the holiday park industry is far more intense in as much as your relationship with your customers and with our caravan owners is much closer and prolonged, so that
Definitely.
it's different, isn't it? You've got to be on top of your game. a lot.
100%. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
yeah. You're establishing and building that rapport and that relationship, and that's got to carry on.
Maintaining it, yeah.
And that's it doesn't
Is it-
doesn't end.
Is it difficult at times, do you think?
On here, no. But I have come from obviously a different part where it was difficult. So if this had been the first time, for instance, like Jeannie, probably yeah. But they were all lovely on here, though, aren't they?
They are lovely.
To
Yeah.
be fair, they are a fantastic bunch. So
Yeah. Why do you think that is? Why do you think our relationship on Sunnyvale is different to other parks?
because of you,
Well, it's not really.
because of when
I'd
you
like to think it was because
when you've come. So it's the way it's run.
Well, I agree, but that's not because of me though. That's just
But
because that's how.
It's the way you, obviously, I know the background to Sunnyvale, so when it used to be before you come, there was different kinds of people on park.
Yeah, it is. I know where you. Yeah, I know where this is leading. But see, so if we were to, I can't take any of the credit for that because the truth of the matter is, what we've actually got is a set of policies, processes, procedures. That all sounds really boring and
And
stuff.
we
I know
all,
you deal with that.
we
all
all
the time.
abide by them, and we
Yeah,
all
exactly.
work together to abide by them.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
on other parks,
Exactly.
they don't do that, do
No, so for example, we don't have a sales team. We're all responsible for selling our caravans, and everybody gets involved in one degree or another. And for example, we don't have a sales process. We don't sit people down and say, well,
No.
we've got to get from that point to that point, and once we've got to that point, we then do this, and we don't do any of that. It's very organic. People come in, they look at what they want, when they want, in whatever order they want. If they want to walk around the park, we don't do
But
escorted
that's a
tours
lot
with them.
better.
It is a lot better because I think the way we do things on this park, we create trust.
Yeah.
And because we create and maintain that level of trust with people, because we're so transparent and honest about what we do, because even if something's not right, because we're not right for everybody, and we're not scared to say to somebody, I don't think this park is the right park for you, because we don't want somebody going and buying a caravan, for example, and they've got, I don't know, 4 kids, and they're really into arcades and slot machines and clubs with kids clubs and all that kind of thing. Then, for the sake of selling a caravan, we would never say to somebody, "Oh yeah, you know, it'd be great. You've got all that on your door." We don't do that, do we?
I think
So
that's
we're very
what
honest.
attracts people to Sunnyvale though, because of that. Some people don't like that, do
Yeah,
they?
yeah, exactly. So we
So-
do attract a different type of customer to.
And they have
to
got the
most
choice
parks.
there as well at
Yeah,
the Galley Bar, haven't they?
yeah,
So
yeah, they
with
do.
what they do.
They do. So we do have stuff for people to do, but but it's more of a holiday village rather than, and people can kind of dip their toe into stuff. But for the most part, it's a very, very quiet park, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a very, very, very quiet park. So the kind of stuff that you guys deal with is predominantly is once somebody's entrusted us with their family and with their holiday memories, your job then really is to make sure that we deliver on all the promises that we've made, isn't it? So as far as the park's concerned, so for me, that's when we say to somebody, right, okay, we're going to do this, and the park's going to look like this, and this is the kind of thing that we're going to do with the park, and that kind of fits somebody's profile, and they think, yeah, that's exactly what my family's looking for. You know, beautiful place with a beautiful big decking, massive pitches, beautiful caravans, all double glazed, all central heated, on a beautiful new transformed park, which is very modern. We've got old-fashioned values, but we've got a very modern park. So even in the year and a half that you've been here, and almost 2 years that you've been here, and a year you've been here, we've had quite a few changes on the park, physical changes on the park. What do they look like, do you think?
So we've had the barrier system put in.
Yeah. So we've had a brand new automatic barrier system installed, which we're still in the process of testing at the moment, and that's got number plate recognition, which means you can only get on and off the park if you've got your car registered and you're an owner on the park.
Yeah.
So that's enhanced and added security, and it also means that our security guys that we've got, instead of manning the barriers for hours on end, can actually spend the time worthwhile walking around the park and making sure everybody feels happy and safe and okay. So that's a good thing. What else have we had?
Had a brand new development.
We have brand new development. How many pitches?
Hold on. It's 41 minus 16.
There's 30.
There we go.
There's 30 pitches. So so we've built 30 brand new beautiful pitches. Now some of them we only finished that recently, and I think 3 or 4 of those are already occupied now. So that's good. So that's going to keep us busy for the year, isn't it? Making sure that we've got enough caravans and new owners, and make sure that they settle themselves in quite nicely. So they're beautiful. What's each of every single brand new developed pitch? This sounds like a question thing now, doesn't it? Like trying to catch us out.
Say that again.
So every single pitch, when we develop a pitch, as well as the pitches being much bigger than a standard pitch you'd get on perhaps another park, and there was this. I mean, every single pitch that we develop can get at least 13 foot wide and 40 foot long on it, which is huge.
Yeah.
And in some cases, we've got up to 22 foot wide for the twin lodges and things, haven't we? 45 and 50 foot long. And even then, you can still get a full wraparound decking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if it's just on a pitch. So, and then they've still got space for their car.
Yeah.
But what is it that we have on each pitch that they all use that the kids absolutely love, that you couldn't be without these days?
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi, isn't it? So that's, and we've done a lot of improvements with that as well, because we've got
So last year when I come, we had a different technician doing it.
yeah, we had different
It
technical.
was awful.
It was awful.
It was awful, and it was frustrating because obviously
Yeah.
people.
Because it was a very modern system, but we weren't getting answers where and when we needed them. And you're right, it was. We're not the kind of park that lets people down. So if we say to people, yeah, we can get this fixed, and it takes days and days
It was
and days, and
taking like
sometimes
up to
weeks, to
So-
fix, and that's not a good service. So we've got rid of that. And we've got a brand new
So
technician.
bringing Mickey on, we could literally ring Mickey with a problem for one of our owners.
Yeah.
And it's done within about an hour.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Brilliant. She feeds back to us, and then obviously we can feed back to the
Yeah.
owners, which
Which is great. We didn't get
Yeah,
that
they love
before,
it.
did we? So that was a brilliant system that we started and we installed. So it's a full fibre optic, super fast system, and we started installing that with our very first development, which was in 2016, and I've carried it on with every development ever since. And it worked beautifully for a few years, and then when that company that used to supply us with the backup and the support, when they started failing us because they'd been bought out by a huge American company that wasn't interested in a little park anymore. So that problem's been solved, which is brilliant. So yeah, so we've got the super fast broadband, which is free to use, and then there's an all singing, all dancing version of it as well, isn't there? That people can have all their TVs connected to and download movies and films and all the rest of
which
it.
is not badly priced really, considering out
Well,
there.
I think it's so most people. So at home I pay £34 a month. That's what I pay,
And at the minute,
for my
the
Wi-Fi.
bill's £90.
and at the
And
moment,
that's for a year.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
yeah, exactly, and that's only. And bear in mind as well that that's only. And that's if you want the enhanced version of it. If you get the free version of it, that's pretty good for everybody to do the downloading, emailing, and your normal stuff that you would do on it. But if you wanted to work from it or download movies and that, then £90 a year is pennies. It's absolute pennies.
Keeps the kids happy as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So and it's good for 8 or more devices. So
Yeah.
it's brilliant. So that's a brilliant system. So I love that. I love that about how the park has changed or has continued to change. What else do you think might have changed on the park? What we thinking of doing? Well, not what we're thinking. We've already started it.
So the gym and the plunge pool and that in the
Yeah.
other side of the galley bar, which is a brilliant idea.
Yeah, isn't it?
Brilliant.
That is
idea.
brilliant. So that's really in keeping with where we're going as a park. So we want to attract people who want to come here and relax, enjoy themselves. So they've got a galley if they want to relax, and you guys I know arrange some little activities which we'll talk about in a minute. So which is great. But the other thing is whilst it's a beautiful warm day today, could you imagine if you just thought, well, I think I'll go down, I'll spend some time in the plunge pool and just chill out and
Yeah.
jacuzzi and perhaps get a treatment, a spa treatment of
Bit
some
lovely,
kind.
wouldn't
It would be just
Get your
it
nails
would be
done.
heaven. Well, I don't get my nails done. I might.
I'm just popping out for an hour.
Yeah, I'll get it go. So that's nice. So we've the planning permission, everything is in for that, and within the next month or two, we're hoping to get at least a spade in the ground and get that started.
Nice.
So we're really looking forward to that, and our office will move over as well
Yeah.
to support that. So that whole building will then be reutilised to have us there to support our caravan and lodge owners and our tourers, and then they'll have the place that they can come and enjoy themselves and have a bit of a knees up and something to eat sometimes and enjoy themselves being looked after by Bradley and a drink or two, and then if they want to like super relax, they'll have full spa facilities as well. I mean that's that on a caravan park with its own beach with fibre optic, massive luxury pitches. Oh my god, what's not to want?
It's amazing.
What's not to want, isn't it? What's not to want? So you kind of hinted at it earlier on that you guys do some stuff for people. Give me 2 examples of the stuff that you guys have arranged for the owners and their families.
So last week we did the sports day.
Sports day. Some of the videos. I was away in Scotland, wasn't I? But I did look at the videos. The videos were brilliant. They were
And
brilliant.
Steve Piddick did the drone shot for us. So that was
Yeah, it was fabulous,
really,
wasn't it? That was really good. So that was nice. So that was kind of. I alluded to it earlier. I said that we're a very modern park and we look very contemporary and beautiful and modern and chic. I know that, but our values are quite old-fashioned. So for us, it's not kids in a club surrounded by adults that are wrecked, like you might see on some parks. Not naming any names, but you might experience that on some parks, but on this park, it's kind of get out, get in amongst the environment, get the kids together, get the families together, have a barbecue, bouncy castles,
They did
and
love
have some fun games. They had a great time, didn't
It
they?
was
Yeah.
good because obviously the adults
Old school.
participated as well.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I mean.
And the kids.
So it's proper family stuff.
Yeah.
It's not abdicating your responsibility of your children onto a park
Yeah.
in the hope that your kids are going to have a great time.
Yeah.
It's whole families, from cradle to grave, literally all of them together having fun.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoyed watching that. So that was quite nice. What was some of the other events? Give us some of the other events.
We did Pancake Day, didn't we? Back in Feb.
Yeah, we did that.
Pancake back in February. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was. You almost wrote me in with that. Thankfully, I didn't have to throw anything and destroy.
And may
kitchen
I
thing.
say I won the staff one.
Yeah.
It was a fluke, like.
Ooh,
wasn't it?
You
You
did.
did really well with that.
Go on, then, give us another one. What else have we done for them?
We've taken a few families out crabbing as well around the marine lake.
Yeah, so you've done a couple of activities that encourage people to get off the park. We do that anyway, don't we? We encourage our families
Yeah.
to get off the park. We don't want our families to be stuck on
Oh,
the
so
park
sad.
trying to eke every last penny out of their wallet and then send them
Yeah.
home skint. That's not what we're about. You know, our site fees are lower than any other comparable park. Our running costs are lower than any other comparable park. Our caravans and lodges are significantly lower priced.
They're a lot
any
lower
other
than
park.
the 10-month parks as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So that combined with a 12-month holiday season, so you can come and go as often as you want, makes us amazing value for money.
Yeah.
It really does. It makes us amazing value for money. And what we really don't like is the idea that somebody's going to come here and when they get here, that you then start to squeeze even more money out of them. So
Yeah.
we encourage them to get off. And we are in Wales after all. You know, it's a different country. We're in Wales, and where they've got their own identity, they've got their own national language, and they've got their own peculiarities about them that are worth visiting and exploring. And so you should get out and visit Wales. I mean, Wales is an amazing country, and if you kind of feel a bit hemmed in or up where you live, and you want to get out and explore, I can't think of anywhere better than North Wales to do that. I really can't. It's an amazing place, and that's why we encourage it. And we embrace the fact that we're in Wales. That's why we have some of our areas are named using Welsh words and Welsh names, because we think that's the right thing to do. You are in a different country after all. So we do encourage them to get off the park, but when we are on the park, there's still things to do that we do, that we organise that for. So if you, what's the best job you've ever had?
It's got to be this one.
No, you don't have to say it just
No.
because you've been filming.
No, it has to be.
Why
I
is
mean,
it the best job?
It's what you make. Your career is what you make of it at the end
That's
of the day,
true.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? It helps by the fact that the owners are fantastic.
They are the lovely owners, aren't they?
The team's brilliant.
Yeah.
Everybody pulls in together. Everyone works
Yeah.
together, and I'm very big on
Yeah.
teamwork.
Yeah.
So I really, really like that aspect. It's just it's
That's
an all
true.
round. It's a positive environment.
I think that's true.
Get to see air
Yeah, I know.
every
I mean,
day.
what an office! What an office! It's brilliant, isn't it? What about you?
So, after working on my old park, I always said I'd never go on another holiday park. Ever. Always
Yeah.
said it from day dot. But, and I'm not just saying it, because you know me, I would tell the truth, I do enjoy working there for the simple fact, like, obviously the owners of the park are lovely to work for. The owners on the park are brilliant to work with.
Very true.
They're all dead friendly and everything. You and Trina are brilliant. Obviously, the rest of us, we all get on really well,
Yeah.
help each other out, which is a massive thing.
Yeah.
And we're all very clued up and all
Yeah.
very
Very.
individually on our own assets, good at what we do.
Yeah.
Me and Jeannie,
Yeah.
Ant and Deck.
You are a bit like Ant and Dec.
Ant and Deck.
You are, you're a
We're-
bit
they do love
like
that,
the dodgy
don't they?
twins, a pair
Yeah.
of you. So listen, if somebody's listening to this and they want to buy a caravan or a lodge on Sunnyvale, give me one good reason why they should come and buy a caravan or a lodge here on Sunnyvale. You first of all.
Because it's a genuinely nice park. It's beautiful, stunning. It's well maintained, and we don't lie. We're honest.
Yeah, that's very true. I'll give you that.
Because I'm here.
That's good enough reason. Okay. All right. Well, listen. That's our carriage chat done. I just wanted an opportunity for the people that come and visit the park. When we used to do these before, they used to walk into the office and go, "Oh, you're the guy on the video.
Oh.
You're the..." So and so we started getting other staff members in as well, so they come in and they feel at home, because we don't, like I said, we don't sit people down and start grilling them about what they want, and then try and encourage them by one thing or another.
Good
You know,
thing
we
about
don't-
on here as well, because I've worked at other parks, it's like you're so fair compared to other parks, no name is mentioned, but it's like when owners can get their own gas and electrical
Yeah.
people in, obviously we do need them to bring the proofs in and the
Yeah.
public liability, but no other park does that, and
Yeah.
they make off it as well.
Yeah.
And you don't, that's how fair it is. And when someone always walks in and asks me any questions, that's one big thing that I always say, because it was a big thing on the other part, because it was all
Yeah.
in house.
Yeah, I think. Listen, if we're open for 12 months of the year, we want them to come down and use it for 12 months of the year. And one of these, this is a depreciating asset, and what we don't want to do is sell somebody something that becomes a noose around their
Yeah.
neck. You know, it should be something that they can. It's their forever holiday home, and they should be able to enjoy it forever. They shouldn't feel forced like, oh my God, in 20 years or 10 years time, I'm going to be forced to buy another
Yeah.
one. We don't do any of that
No.
stuff. You know, we don't encourage people to take something on if we don't think financially it's viable for them.
No.
We'd rather steer people towards something that that they can keep and not worry about, and definitely getting as much use out of it as you can. So in order to do that, you know this, that we all work really, really hard
Yeah.
to keep our park costs as sustainable as we possibly can. Right, okay, so all we have to do now is just look at the camera, wave, and say goodbye.
Bye.